Well, just as you think you're done with the truck, all the major stuff, and you're starting to work on putting small finishing touches like mud flaps, the truck goes and decides to spit in your face, I suppose you could say. So, the other day, what was it? Yesterday, I took this truck for the longest trip I've been on, which was only 80 miles, so it really wasn't that far. Thought everything was going good. I did redo all of the oil pan gasket, all that, so there really wasn't anything dripping on the ground. So I thought I had all my leaks taken care of. I did notice on the transmission cross member there was a little bit of fresh oil, and it would drip a little bit on the floor, but very slowly. So I figured, well, you know, it's probably something not sealed up perfect. But as long as it's dripping that slow, that's fine. Well, I don't know if it was just the long trip that got the oil a little more hot, so it became a little more viscous and leaked more. But that's what I came out here to find today. A decent amount of oil dripping from the front of the cross member. You can see it right there. And here it's very fresh. You can see it's dripping. Sorry, it's kind of hard to maneuver down here. So it's definitely fresh in this area. I don't know if you can see. I'm sure I'm going to get my GoPro covered in oil here. Right there. There appears to be a nice crack in this adapter. Well, we'll see if we can get this U-joint off here. I just had this off this winter. Oh, let's see. Oop. What the hell? Well, I didn't want to get dirt all over this. I don't know what this is. I don't remember that. So just put it there. Now, we could prevent the other one from coming off. Well, I forgot that the oil's gonna run out of that. So I'm making a nice mess on the floor. Oh. Oh. Well, now we get to clean up the huge oil mess we made. I was originally thinking there wasn't a whole lot grabbing, but there's plenty. That's brand new. I just put that on. Okay. Oh. Okay, so this one's for the bottom. because it's at the bottom if I move it. Boy. Okay, so that one goes to this side. How's this gonna come out? I suppose I've moved these around so much. If I just had a marker, I'm too lazy to get up to get it. There. Well, then that other cap come off too. Yeah. I've never actually taken that off all the way. I think it just screws. There's one else that hold it. Marble, so probably won't see much anyway, but I might need to jack this truck up a little bit. It's just like the perfect height where I'm hitting my arms and stuff on everything. Oh. That is a try workout. One more. And I think this should just... Well, last I worked on this, I got these drive shafts out. I had to take a couple days off on working on this, and I won't have much time right now or tomorrow, so potentially Sunday I might have some time to get back to this, but I should have everything I need now. I stopped at Harbor Freight and got this 450-pound capacity transmission jack, which I think consensus is that MP205 is roughly 150 pounds, so this should be plenty. I've been kind of meaning to buy one of these anyways. I don't know if this would handle SM465 or not, but whatever, I've got it now. The like 800 and 1500 pound low profile jacks were huge. I was expecting something kind of more aligned with what your standard floor jack looks like that one there, but they are way bigger. So I'm hoping this 450-pound one gets me by because it's easier to store. So anyways, we got that. We'll have to pull that out and kind of set it up. And then I've got, I think, everything in the mail. So here's the ORD adapter. Quite a bit lighter. I can lift this no problem. We'll see. Supposedly it's a lot heavier duty than the, I don't know if it's forged, whatever it is, the old steel version. But first we got to drop that out, of course. So anyways, we got this. I don't think I mentioned this, but my O2 sensor, I had to take the, why did I have to do that? For some reason I had to remove the sensor and break the seal of the gasket, and now it's definitely the exhaust is blowing out the sides of that gasket. And I don't know if that style that I put on there is necessarily the best. This one I think is going to have a lot more clamping force around the entirety of the gasket and really press that down. So hopefully that kind of fixes that issue. I'll have to check if my hole that I drilled is big enough to fit this in there, but at some point we'll try to get to this. I got these seals here. These are for the shift rails on MP205. So I have no clue what it looks like to replace these, but I did find that there are seals, so I bought these. So hopefully I can just pop out the old ones, pop these ones in. We'll see, because I think I showed it on the last video, or the last clip when I was working on this, that it definitely looks like there's some leakage happening with these. So we got this. And then this. Already sent the paperwork and gaskets and just cardboard here, so I'll open that up at some point. It should be the gaskets for this surface and this surface. And then there's also, they sent all the new hardware, lock washers, and then this seal, which I am kind of guessing this goes here? No. Obviously, I don't know if I even tried that. That doesn't go there. Okay, so it must go right here. So it'll be interesting to pull that old one apart and just see what it looks like. I've never torn one apart, so I don't really know where the seal goes, or like which side. But the idea is that that seal separates the transmission and the transfer case oils, so that, you know, the transmission oil can't seep over into the transfer case and vice versa. I don't know if oil is supposed to go in this shaft from whichever side is unsealed there. No clue, so we'll try and figure that out. I also got the rubber isolators for the transmission mount. So the part that these feet here hook into. So I don't know if that has any effect on stresses on this adapter or not. I'm sure it does, making sure you have good isolation. So anyways, I bought those replacements. Oh, one other thing to mention with these is, from what I've read, that you want to use the actual gasket for these. You don't want to just use RTV. I forget the exact reason why, if it's just due to the load on this or what, but you want the gasket, otherwise you can put incorrect forces on this and start to break things. So obviously I'll use those. Other thing I ordered kind of while I was in a spending spree here with all this stuff is I got new fuel hose, vent tube, and then the actual filler neck, the metal filler neck for the driver's side. I don't know if I can show this. Where'd my light go? So this bed was originally from 75. So the original style is just the little screw cap like that. And this side, I was thinking of changing it, but I might leave it because I actually kind of like that cap there. But this side, I did not have a good screw cap system, and just the way I did it before, I torched this out just so I could have access to it was kind of a kludge together solution just to get something working, but I welded in the actual filler door here. So we got that, and then I put this newer, I was trying to solve some venting issues with my fuel system, and ooh, that gasket's kind of goofed up. I don't know why that looks like that. But anyways, that wasn't my issue. But I'm thinking I have a combination of issues happening here. So this is a little bit lower. So this is the style filler neck for this. But this, I think, is a little different, where the filler neck normally mounts to on the other style. And I'm not sure if I got this quite in the right spot or not. So I'm thinking things might be lower than what they're supposed to be. I'm thinking this is supposed to be up higher. So that in combination with the actual metal filler neck here has a dent on the bottom of it. So my problem is that when I'm trying to fill this tank, I put the filler hose, gas tank hose in there, click it on, and it instantly clicks off, just because I think that the flow is too slow going into the tank just due to the angles and stuff. So it is literally a pain, a nightmare to fill up this tank. It's like trickling it in there. Interestingly, the gas farm tank out at the farm, that seems to fill it fine, but I don't know if it's just a slower flow that it's fine. This side I don't have any issues. I just throw the gas tank hose in there, and or the fuel, what do you even call it? Filler hose, whatever. Throw it in there, and I can just click it on, no problem. It fills up. So I'm gonna try and fix that because it'd be nice. So in the last video, I mentioned that I calculated about 11.8 to 12, somewhere in that range, MPGs. So with 40 gallons, I could get around 400 miles-ish if I have both tanks working. So I want to be able to fill this tank fast, so I can either alternate tanks just to keep things fresh, or if I want to do a straight shot, all 40 gallons, that I can fill this tank easily on the road if I'm ever actually going somewhere intentionally. So that is where I'm at. So whenever I get time, like I said, probably Sunday, I'll actually do some work to install this. So yeah, I'll keep going from there. I guess while I'm also just not really doing any actual work, I'm just kind of explaining things and organizing things. I bought these big mud flaps here. So I forget the exact size. It's like 24 by 48, I think. So I got those, and the reason being, I haven't decided where exactly I'll do this yet, but the first major flaw with these trucks is without mud flaps, dirt just flies up underneath of this bumper and just wrecks things, rusts it out, dirt piles up, your wiring harnesses get ruined. You can kind of see there that that's rusting through. That's from all the dirt and stuff that flies up there. So I put this mud flap on, and that helped a ton. So now mud is just hitting the mud flap. I would like to put some sort of coating on all of this, all these little crevices and stuff, so that mud doesn't get in there. These aren't too bad. If mud gets on this, you can just scrape it out, but you know, stuff sitting on these ledges is a classic Chevy issue, and it just rusts through, and then you get this rust right here. So I'd like to kind of do some protective coating, and I don't know how to address that, but anyways, do something there. I'd also like to try and close this off. Just mud doesn't fling this way as much just because you're driving forward most of the time, but you can kind of see this stuff does get dirty under here. So this brace could rust, your tank, all of this stuff down here. I don't think I'll do that now, but anyways, I got these mud flaps here. They could honestly go out a little bit more, but that actually has helped a lot with reducing the amount of stuff that sprays along the bed here as well. But the front is really bad. So mud and stuff, it just sprays all the way up along these doors and the rockers and this part of the fender, and it you know, every truck you see that, especially in the Midwest, that's where it rusts out. So I'd like to try and put some kind of short mud flaps or something here just to prevent that. So that's what I got those for. So whether I take those smaller ones and move them up front, or cut these ones down and put them up front, that's my plan for that. So I'll do a video of that as well.
Ugh, I almost missed. I don't know what's going on with this. Oh, I don't know if this moves like it should. Oh, it does. I don't know why this is so crooked. Reusing some of these 5-gallon oil jugs and just dumping old oil in it, and at some point I'll have to find a disposal or recycling center for this. So I've got, this is number 3 I'm filling. I don't see any chunks, metal. I should be done with this. So I got the pin. Another shadow. I got the pin that connects the shift rails to the actual shifter undone on one side. So I should be able to undo that pivot bolt there, pull that out, and then either pull the shifter down or kind of push it up out of the way. There we go. There we go. Doesn't look terribly worn to me or anything. Unless you're just supposed to really fill that with grease. Oh. Oh, you son of a gun. How in the world did I get this so tight? Oh, what in the hell? Ridiculous how tight that was. Okay, now it should drop through.
Still kind of figuring out where all my stuff is. I haven't like officially organized anything. So far I'm really liking these magnetic wrench organizers. I got my DeWalt nice ratchet wrenches and then these cheaper Pittsburgh Pro flex head ones. Pretty handy. Okay, now I'll remove the speedometer cable. This should all be, or at least the transfer case is ready to come out. It's just loosening these 8 adapter bolts. Worst part now is that it's just absolutely covered in grime. I'm trying to break all loose. This first time, yeah, this goes. Here's so much. I just leave it a long time. You know, with continually and hurting up. It's just come out of this crap. So 2, 3. Look, there's a lot there. Let's move it. 1, 2, 3. That's easy to do. 4, 5. Oh yeah, that's so sure. Really like these. The last times, I have to these. At least twice. But I'm quick. Try to produce one of these. Just see what else I need and I'll record it. Okay, so everything's so good. Oh, so bad. Here's one. Part 2 is it. There's no certainty that we get. Okay, 2, 3. And get my hair on there. So this is so hard to. That's what I'm doing. There's the, let me get something here. Oh, I'm there. Oh, easier. That one's also bad slap. Oh, here. Nice enough room. Alright, right. Excellent. There it is. Oh, is that one? Let me see. Oh, there. Let me get that one first. Here's the next. Oh, right here. Okay, that guy. I'm going to get right on there. Okay, I'm going to from me. Oh, God. Nice. Wait, it's not going to do that. Leave it on here. And then, come on, do this. I'm going to sweep this crap out first. I'm just jacking this up. Oh. Problem is that this is kind of lopsided. So I'm hoping that it kind of stays okay. It doesn't tip over one way or the other. Hopefully this goes high enough too. I suppose what I could do, let me get this up and then I'll explain. Oop. Need to go down. I'm going to try and put some blocks or something on this side. What is that right there? Is that the adapter? No. Yeah, I'm going to try and put some blocks under here so that it stays good on this. Okay. Hopefully that's viewable. Kind of hard to tell. But anyways, I like to blocks around for this very reason. Let's see that. Shove something up here. Just help like that. I think it'll work. Oh, there's a nice triangle here, but this should be okay. Okay, let's get that tried. Well, I think I got all of them out, and we have oil starting to seep down. So I think that means we got it. So I'll just try and pull this away now, I guess. I don't quite know how that's gonna go. Try and stay reasonably out of the way, just in case. This power cable will get out of the way. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Wow. Was it really that easy? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Now hopefully when this is all the way down it clears. Oh, okay. Okay, we're down. Okay. Now what? Now what? Maybe it'll clear more over here. Oh, yes, yes. Man, we got dirt all over that. That looks like original gasket. Oop, we're dripping a little bit. Okay, so there's that seal. I'll have to make note of that. And then there's some sort of adapter or something in there. I'll have to look at that too. Hopefully I didn't forget to order something. Okay, I'm going to work on these other 8 bolts and get this dropped down. Well, I should be about ready to pop this off. I think I got all the bolts out. I don't know, I might be able to get this off without taking the cross member off, which is, well, this, they must have really, it's clear they put RTV on this, so this was off at one point, but it is really on there. Oh, it's coming. There. Got 6% battery. So, where did I see that crack at? Suppose I took my gloves off. Is it on this side? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's cracked. So it's probably hard to see, but let me grab a screwdriver. There's a big crack here. Really bad right there. Let's just see. Yeah, oh yeah, she cracked. I'm guessing that goes probably, yep, there, cracked all the way up to there. All the way somewhere. I don't know if it stops there, but at least from here all the way down to at least there. So it's out of the way. There we go. Okay. Now I can work without worrying about that. Just gonna, there.
that, and you compare it to that side, I don't know. This side goes on this shaft. It's a little loose. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. Maybe I'll... So I did do some Googling, and these splines are definitely wore a lot on this coupler here. I happened to find a forum post where a guy was talking about breaking his shaft, or his coupler, and you probably can't see it from this picture. It's really a bad picture, but you can kind of see on the lower edge here. I mean, that's basically exactly what I have. His is definitely more worn. Mine has a little more length on the splines, or depth, however you want to say that. But, you know, that, I'm not going to put that back in. I did look, took a picture of the output shaft, compared it to that one, and the SM465, I think it's the main shaft. I found Torque King has a replacement one of those.
Obviously much better than before. There's 4 of those rubber plugs. I'm sure those are to access something to pull these 2 shift rails out. I'll have to look and see if there's a video on how to replace those seals. Take these out. Alright, well, I went ahead and put this seal in. There's kind of a ledge on the inside of that, so I don't know if I actually went all the way in. This one, you can kind of see how far it went in. So I tried to do about the same. I don't think it really matters. So now I think I'm gonna try and use some brake clean, just a little bit, and just polish this up, make sure all the grease and stuff is off of it. Same with the other side. I think I decided to not do these seals for now. I'm just gonna clean up these shifters as much as I can. The seals look okay. Looks like they might be leaking a little bit, but I don't want to risk screwing this up and then needing to take this both shift rails out. I just don't want to do that right now. So we'll see. But I did get my new coupler. You can see teeth look great, especially compared to what it was. It's kind of hard to see. So there's those teeth. Those are those. And then you can see the diameter of this is just, it's a lot beefier. And if we go put it on here, sides on nice, and there's almost no play between the tines on this. Yeah, see there's a little bit of play in that, which I'm not a fan of. There, if you go all the way on, it's pretty good. Hopefully this doesn't cause, I mean, if it does cause issues, it won't be for quite a while. I don't think that it'll rear its ugly head. So, stuff smells oddly kind of minty. Go this way. There, I forgot what I was saying. You probably get what I was saying, right? Okay. And let's see. Of course, I forgot to bring a fresh towel down with me. But just try and, there's still some oil on here that is dripping a little bit. So just make sure you get all of that cleaned up nicely. Okay. I got my coupler on there. Grab some of my bolts. ORD sent new ones. I'm assuming because this, the actual thickness of this is thicker. Now, what's the best way to do this? This is the wrench I need. So, this will be a little interesting. Okay, so I just like to start a couple of them. That gives you a guide. Ouch. Then we just push it on. Need to look up what the torque rating is on this too. Okay, that is on there now. I just got to torque it, like I said. Don't forget to put your coupler in there. That would not be fun if you got this all torqued down and then you realize you forgot to put the coupler in. So I got that in there. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm gonna go make supper and then come torque this down and we'll see how far I get after that. Now, where was the bolts for this? Yeah. Good. Breaking this. Now, so somewhere about here and somewhere about here. Just like that. I'm sure these new ones here are a little thicker ones, more likely. This is a ones. So, I'm sure these are kind of jacked. So I can pull this. Oh yeah, that. You got one. Just start. There. Let's go right here. Oh, that seems a lot. It's not here. I can't go through. Okay. Barely. Yeah, what do you think? I need to go through. Oh. Now, that's what Chevy. Next slide. Let's see. That there. Let's go. Okay. Come on. I can flex that. All right, pull that one. Oh, nice. Let's start it. Let's see. on one side. That's kind of good here. For one side, when that's about water. Don't forget the other side of the washer. Pour that one, and then back. If you need. Let's put it. I'll later. I'm sure that I can. Oh. I always have bad luck, and every single time I don't wear safety glasses or something, I end up getting something in my eye, so I just put everything on right away. I walked once. Well, that actually went a little faster than I thought. I only had to recheck it once after grinding. Look at that. I probably went even a little too much, but that is much better over what it was. So it just took a lot of the slack out of that. This lift here is probably about the, I don't know if it's about the max of what it should be at. It's working though. I need to move some of this stuff out of the way. Boy, we got a ways to go. Whew. Oh, that's a shoulder workout. We are getting close. In fact, that might be where we need to be. It feels like I'm hitting something. I need to go down a little bit. Yeah, I think we can go down. What about there? What about there? If I could at least get the shaft in and get one or two bolts started. I think about right there. Kind of hard to see now. I don't have good light. Coming together.
I was honestly thinking this job would be a lot harder than it has been. This was a big help. I've seen some of YouTubers like Trailmater and Matt's Offroad Recovery. When they do transfer cases, they have it lifted up on their lift, and they have two people either lift it up on there or they, pull it out and the two people hold it. So I'm at a disadvantage because I don't have a lift and I don't have two people, so this thing is coming in handy. Well, I discovered why Wardy sends the stud. It's because you can't get one of these longer bolts in here. So I'm gonna have to put the stud in the bottom, which honestly should help. It should help align things. As I'm putting it together. But we basically need to put the stud in, and then we should be getting close. So I'll do that quick. Well, I got the gasket on. So now we're more or less racing to get this on. So we'll see where we can get, but probably take a lot of fiddling here, but I think we can do it. I got oil on that seal. So we should be good. Move that out of the way. I keep hitting something. Where are we at? I need to go down. Well, that might be okay. This is the hardest part, is I can't see anything. So, okay, so now we got that on. So now we just need to rotate this. Suppose I need to take this off. Rotate it to try and get that shaft to line up. I think that's started. Boy, there isn't much. I put that stud in a little too far, I think. I mean, there's barely any thread showing. I'm gonna have to pull this out. Okay. This wrench fits on it, but it's too long. Where's my stub one? It's going to take 2 years here. I'll work on that. But you can see what I goofed up here. This should have been laying on the other side. I don't think I can get that moved enough. So I'm either going to have to try and pry that out, which I couldn't get out last time, or remove my bolt, pull that out again, move that, and then readjust it. But this one's kind of hard to get to, so I'm just going to work on that, and I'll come back. Okay, well, I got everything kind of tight, and then it's been sitting here for 10-15 minutes as I fixed the shifter lever. So I still need to connect the shifter lever with a cotter key or something. But that's in, so I'm going to go ahead and torque these down. Good. Okay. And can use the study. Get here. Looks like I'm here. Hold this here. I think that's what we're gonna get. Here's where we're gonna get it. Well, hopefully that's all good.
Just started it up, put it in for low, and then put it in low. No drive shafts are hooked up. And I just went underneath and verified that both shafts on the transfer case are spinning. Or outputs, I should say. So it seems like things are good. Next step is hook up that shift linkage all the way. And then, what's next? Hook up shift linkage. We need to hook up the drive shafts. Boy, what am I missing? Oh, fill it with fluid, duh. Okay, so let's see where we get with that. Well, I got the drive shafts in, the linkage all put back together, drain plugs ready to go. I pumped a little bit into the transmission. The transfer case, since I did it today, I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow, I think, to actually fill it with oil and test this, just because I want those RTV, the gasket to cure all the way. But we can at least do the transmission here. This is the worst part. That's not one. I think I need to do 4.5. Let's say we're going to 90. Oh man. So I'm going to everything's back together. I think I'm going to go for a test drive now. Just see how things go. It's getting pretty chilly outside, so I should be able to at least have the chance to test out the heater today as well. Let's go ahead and get this started. Oop. Let's pull it outside. So far so good. Pretty nice and toasty in here, and you can feel the heat coming out. So we'll see how things are now. So far, it sounds okay. Oil pressure obviously is fine. I didn't do anything with the engine, so I shouldn't be expecting anything wrong there. But drive line wise, things are feeling good. It's shifting fine. I just crawled underneath and looked, and I don't see any big puddles of oil or anything. So far so good. Hopefully today I can get some work done, so I'll maybe video that a little bit after I get this GoPro charged. But yeah, we'll just kind of see how things go. Well, so far so good still. I'm gonna crawl under there and just take a look. it's always hard to tell because I haven't driven this for a while. So now compared to my normal Chevy, does it feel weird or not? I don't know. Certain RPM, it just gives you a little bit of a vibration, or it's something with the adapter that's weird. I don't know. It definitely seems like the transmission's a little noisier than normal. I put different oil in it, and again, I don't know. I can't remember what normal sounds like. So the more I'm driving it, the more normal it sounds. But I don't know. I guess we'll just keep driving it and see. I don't see any major oil leaks. The two shift rail seals, the one of them is definitely worse than the other and leaks a little bit. So now I kind of wish I did replace it, but I don't know. Some other time I'll do that. I just was getting sick of working on this and I just wanted to drive it. So we'll see, I guess.